Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Usually only one lady in my conference, so I have to say lady and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Journalists, ladies and gentlemen.
A little louder, please.
Yeah, here, thank you. Okay. Thank you very much for attending my conference, my presentation, I'm sorry, and thanks for journalists, and especially Journal Yasser, Egyptian Witness, Shady to accept that invitation. Today, actually, as you see that it's an overview. Okay. It's an overview for, let me say, the current challenging entries to the Middle East countries. I may call it the accurate or the true three challenges to the Middle East. I will try to take you just over as I told you, and you will see from my point of view specific threats which we will mention. I will talk about the global powers, great nations, powers, in addition to regional powers, strategic goals, objectives of countries of concern in our region, in addition to national and regional security. After that, I will follow with another view, as I told you, to the national security challenge and peace, then the potential expected scenarios. Finally, I will finish with the points to consider like strategic recommendations I can say to our leaders. Now, as you are aware that Henry Kissinger, I think it was in his book, New World Order, he said that in our age instantly, at time, almost desperately in pursuit of common concept of world order. So when you see, I believe that 20th century started with multi-poles world, and after Second World War, it became two poles, which is Russia and the United States. And after the collapse of the Soviet Union, it became only one pole. So it's getting wider, it's one nation, and 5 great nations, and the regions, and we can imagine the situation very quickly, what it reaches out to. However, decades passed over our world witnessing wars and conflicts, which made it instantly a need to appoint order. We have to understand the new global and regional powers based on the current global and regional shape to understand the current Middle East challenges and needs. As he said that we have a superpower, which is a global power, is the United States. I believe it's ruled by 5 great countries. The 4 permanent is the Security Council and Germany. Also, I see the world divided into 12 regions, and these regions are divided inside, some of them into sub-regions. If I talk about the Middle East, we have Gulf area and North Africa. And I believe that, for example, Egypt is a part of both North Africa and in the Middle East itself. If I try to find a relation between the global and great powers related to the Middle East, honestly, I believe it's very complicated. Why? Because Europeans have their own interests in the Middle East. United States, including Russia and China, from the Far East and Central Asia. We have 5 powers in the Middle East are related to them. I also believe it's Iran, Gulf countries is a power, Egypt, Israel, and Turkey. In the times that Israel is a permanent enemy to the Arab nations, small, no doubt about that. Even we have the East, the history between us, still it's considered as enemy. And at the same time, Iran is hostile attitude. So you can find that Egypt and Saudi Arabia, with the Gulf countries on side, Israel is calming. It's a time that Iran is doing hostile incidents which we are all aware about them right now. And Turkey is trying to find a role in this area for its own interest. And I will show you later the strategic objectives to the country concerned, as I mentioned before. The relation between global and great powers in the Middle East and Middle East powers is based on competency among the 3 points which I mentioned now, of the 5 countries. Iran would like to have its influence. Iran now is in 4 areas or 4 countries. In Yemen was Houthis, it's in Iraq, Shia over there, in Lebanon, Hezbollah, and in Syria, the leading or the ruling party by Bashar al-Assad. On the other hand, you can find that the Gulf countries, as I told you, the GCC is a regional power, which is very important, not only economically, but also politically and military now are getting stronger. Egypt insisted on being on the same power which is used to. And coming to the Arab Spring, even though it's trying to maintain its power, and when Egypt maintains its power, it can maintain the stability of the area around. As I told you, Israel is coming, Palestine is under threat, because it believes that if it's not under threat, there is no interest will come to a further landscape and anything like this. Okay, the multi-interest between USA and GCC is known. US, Iran, I'm talking now about the global and regional powers relations, and there are some points to consider, or let me say, to build on this kind of relation. The first point is there's a multi-interest between USA and GCC and Egypt, especially in this area. Also, the US and Iran talks concerning the nuclear project, which is not finished yet. And that's why Iran is still coming also. It doesn't want to move forward. It wants to complete, and that's why it has some negotiations with USA and European Union. Also, the Israeli-American relations is a very important factor, we can say, and the current security situation in the region. All of these elements, they are in brief, I selected the important elements. This kind of relation among global power, great countries power, and Middle East power is built on them. Okay, strategic influence. I selected honestly USA, Russia, Iran, Israel, and Turkey. From my point of view, as you know that I'm not representing any country, I'm representing a organization, but it's my point of view, I can say that the United States would like to maintain the viability factor as a sole global power, besides weakening and undermining the triad powers, which is Russia, China, and North Korea and the Far East, by controlling a strategic buffer zone, which I believe is the Middle East. Using the government and the governments and the resources of their nation. And in the governments and the resources of the Middle East is to be used by the United States, coming from the west, going to the east, as a buffer zone to depend on. Because, don't tell me if I consider that as a west pole, and there is a east pole over there, and there is a buffer zone between us, don't tell me that I would like to have the domain, I'd like to be that stronger, and not the domain this buffer zone to my side. Okay, Israel. Israel is very keen and really wants to be the greatest power in the Middle East. Not only just a power, it wants to be a greatest power. Establishing the state of Greater Israel from Nile to the Euphrates and controlling the region.